Class is use superposition to determine the magnetic field produced by two long wires. So we first must have to understand the concept of the superposition principle. So the superposition principle states that for all linear systems, the net response at a given place in time caused by two or more stimuli is the sum of the response which would have been caused by each stimulus individually. So in other words, if input A produces response X and input B produces response Y, then what you do is you just add A plus B, which produces the response X plus Y. So we have to understand that in order to find the magnetic field between two current carrying wires. So now we go to the current carrying wires and we have to find the magnetic field. So any charge or any positive charge that moves along a wire, it creates a magnetic field. So what you have to do is you have to first find the direction of the magnetic field. Now, you find the direction using the first right hand rule. So what you do is if there's a wire or something, you wrap your hand around this wire and your thumb is pointing in the direction of the current, so the positive current, and when you wrap your hands around it, your fingers should be pointing in the direction of the magnetic field. So now that we understand that concept, now we're going to do the same thing, the superposition principle. So if you have two wires, to determine the magnetic field from each of them, what you do is you add them up using the superposition principle. So for the first one, you'd add A plus B, which then produces the response from the other wire, X plus A. So then that way you can find the magnetic field, the force of the magnetic field. So let's do a recap. So the superposition principle states that you have two stimulus, and if one produces one response, you add it, and which produces the other one, which is A plus B produces a response X plus Y. So then to find the magnetic field in a current carrying wire, you wrap your hands, you have to find the direction of it. Once you find the direction of it, you can then begin to add it up to each other, and you will eventually find the magnetic field between these two current carrying wires, and that's how you answer that question.